Hello, everybody. Welcome to another interview. This time, let me introduce you to Max Staheli. Este video es presentado por Avenida Digital. Avenida Digital te ayuda a digitalizar tu negocio. Si lo que buscas para tu agencia inmobiliaria es captación concreta de clientes potenciales, captación de propietarios o incremento sustancial de tus operaciones inmobiliarias, Avenida Digital tiene la solución. Avenida Digital hace que tu negocio inmobiliario no tenga techo.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hey, hola, ¿cómo andas?
Muy bien, la verdad, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, por fin podemos hablar.
Sí, después de tanto tiempo. A ver, tengo que...
¿Problemas técnicos?
Bueno, perfecto. Ahí la escucho mejor.
Ahora sí.
Oh, sí, ahora.
Ahora sí,
La arreglé.
hola.
Hola, te escucho muy claro. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, muy bien. La verdad que es bueno hablar con vos. eh, Ahora ya estando en tu casa, entiendo, ¿no? ¿O no?
Estoy en Utah, claro. En casa no.
No, eh,
Estoy...
porque estás estudiando.
Claro, exactamente. Estoy en la universidad ahora.
Ah,
Pero
ok.
claro, estoy en casa, como
En tu
decimos.
casa, donde
Ajá.
estás viviendo ahora. Well,
Claro,
let's try
sí,
to
sí, sí.
talk in English a little bit because one of
Ok.
the ideas with this is to help my students to listen and understand conversations, like these interviews. But also, it's going to be
Perfecto.
a little interesting opportunity to share with them how your experience was, when it was your time to learn Spanish. So let's tell them a little bit because I know you, but they don't know you. So
Yeah.
maybe we can tell them like, why do we know each other? Maybe, you know?
Yeah, we could
Would
start
you like
from
to tell
there.
them? Yeah, exactly.
I'd
Let's take
love
it from
to.
there.
All right. Well, first, I'm Max Staley. I am from Utah, so a long ways away. But I was serving my mission, an LDS mission in Argentina, in the Neocan mission. And when I met Matthias, I was in the city called Bariloche, which is like way in the south. And I had a friend, another missionary, who was taking private lessons from Matthias. Um, and if I remember correctly, he just said, "Hey, you want to come join? This guy's giving free lessons. He's fluent, and we really needed the help. We were struggling." So I hopped in and I kept attending the classes, and here we are. Now it's
Yes,
been like over 2 years. Kind of
it's
crazy.
unbelievable because it feels like yesterday. But how long had you been in Argentina when we met, we started with the classes together?
It probably wasn't over a month, honestly. Month, maybe month and a half. It wasn't very much time.
Well, so you were quite new on the
Yeah,
mission in
very new.
Argentina. Yes.
Yes.
Well, but you got to a pretty good level of Spanish, I would say, you know.
I hope.
You got to a point where you could communicate with people normally, without struggling too much, right?
Yeah, I would say I could get to the point where I could say what I wanted in the way I wanted it, and I could understand virtually everything people were trying to tell me. So
Exactly.
it worked
Exactly.
out.
I know, yes. And what do you think among all the things that you had to do to improve your Spanish? What do you think were some of the things that helped you the most?
Honestly, I think it was also the things that hurt the most. Those two things were always with each other.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Interesting.
my first companion, the first person I lived and worked with, he was from Colombia. Didn't speak
Okay.
any English, nothing. And that was really hard because there was such a big language barrier. We could only resort to Google Translate, of course. But over the course of the 3 months I was with him, that helped so much being immersed in the culture, being immersed in the language. It hurt, but man, that was by far the biggest help. was that.
The challenge of having to communicate because there was no other way out, right? It
Yeah.
was the only choice.
COC,
Yeah.
COC.
You'll see. Some people ask me, some of my students ask me, how do I say something like that? Like, tenía que aprender sí o sí. Of course, it's not yes or yes. We cannot say that. That's not
No, that makes no sense.
that makes no sense. Yes or yes, we can say, what would you say in that case? Like, I had to learn what? What would you say?
A few phrases come to mind that kind of follow that
Okay.
weird situation. It's just after you're, again, being immersed in the culture, you just learn the, I would say, kind of the meaning behind it, the objective trying to be portrayed. And then it's not necessarily a matter of what word best explains that, but what phrase best does that. Like another one, which I've mentioned to several people because they'll ask similar things. Like, wait, COC, that doesn't make any sense. I know. One of them is we add at the end of sentences, at least in Castellano, all the time is like no más. Estoy yendo, no sé, al supermercado no más.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to the store no more.
No
Huh?
more?
That doesn't make any sense. But that's just what you would say to express it in that way. So
Yes,
it's mostly just that experience of how would, more so, how would they say this? Not how I would
exactly.
say it. How would my language say it? How would they say it?
Maybe like the
It's
one you
tricky.
in that one, like estoy yendo al supermercado nomás. Maybe it's something like saying, I'm just going to the supermarket. That's all I'm
Yep.
doing. I'm just going to the, no? Like
Yep.
saying that is the simple thing
That's the
you're
way they would
doing.
say it.
No, right.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I've been trying to think how to say like that, como sí o sí. Like I had another option. I had to do it, you know.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
No,
There's not really a good version in English.
no way out. Yes. It was not a choice for me or
Mhm.
something like that.
I guess you could say like I had to, but that doesn't give
I
the
had to.
same
I
feeling.
know. It's
It's not
like
the same.
it's like with the word ganas. Don't you feel that English lacks the
Oh,
word ganas?
oh, they do. They need it so bad.
Don't you
There's
feel
nothing.
tempted to say, for example, I don't have the ganas to do something?
Oh, all the time. Same with other phrases like shasta, shasta, shafwe. Words like that. There's no comparison. So I'll throw them out every once in a while, and they're, huh? It's you would understand. It's
Yeah,
way better.
I know. I know. It's so that's why languages are so interesting, you know. And something that is hard to apply. It's easy to say, but it's hard to apply. Is when I tell my students, try not to think in Spanish and try to just think in English and think of the concept, the idea you want to, convey, and just use the words that you know to, to express what you're trying to say. But as I said, it's easy to say, but it's not so easy to apply, especially when you're still in the first stages of the process, right?
For sure. Yeah.
But the goal would be that because you will avoid like very typical mistakes,
Yeah.
when you translate, you find many instances in which the translation doesn't work well when you go like word by word. And that happens
Yep.
a lot. And we've been practicing phrases like that we know that don't translate,
Yep.
like word by word. That's one of the things I've been trying to help you the most. When I say you, I mean you and the other ones, right?
Mhm.
Like classics like every other day. Remember that one? That's a
Oh, that
classic.
one took so long.
Do you still remember?
Yes. See, you would say, well, if it was like every other week, semana por medio
Very
or
good.
día por medio, martes por medio.
Perfect. Yes. Then something that is very easy to make mistakes with in languages in general, I guess, is with prepositions. When the preposition we use is not the same that is used in the other language. And in some cases, in one language, you use a preposition and in the other one, you don't need it. Like when you say, I'm waiting for something, you know, like you don't need a
Mhm.
preposition in that case when you say it in Spanish, right? Or when the
Yep,
preposition is different, like when you have to
as
say,
well.
like, it depends on something, like that depends on the weather, for example. What is the preposition we would use in Spanish in that case? Do you remember? That depends on
You're
the weather.
testing my memory,
Yeah,
but
I
I
know.
would, what feels most natural, depende en.
Oh no,
Depends in? No?
no.
Okay, well, remind me then.
It's depende de,
Oh, duh.
right? Duh.
Depende de. I knew that. I'm out of practice. Sorry.
That's right. Yes, it's not easy, but
No.
something else that that I've been trying to show my students is that making mistakes is not that a terrible thing. It's not the end of the world if you make a mistake, especially in something like that, like with a preposition. In most cases, people will understand anyways. I know that in some cases you might cause some confusion, right? But that's not going to happen all the time. And even if it
Yeah,
happens, it will be fun and it will give you a reason just to
it'll
laugh.
be a good laugh. Yeah.
Exactly. And that is absolutely okay. Um, well, now tell me a little bit more about you. You said that you are there because you are studying, right?
Yes, I am studying civil engineering right now. So everything that has to do with building things, planning out things. Um, I'm loving it. It's a lot of math, a lot of math.
Yeah.
Um,
That doesn't sound
but
very
we're doing
exciting.
good. Uh,
But okay, okay.
no, but I'm doing good. Um, I'm up here. It's yeah, I think I said already, maybe not. Utah State University. It's in northern Utah.
Utah State
In
University.
fact,
Mhm.
yes, it's where my parents came, my great grandparents came, and now I'm here with my sister. So we
Nice.
love this place. We love it.
Uh-huh.
Um,
That's
and
great.
we're
With your
just
sister.
doing
Uh-huh.
it. Mhm.
So, and you have more siblings, or it's just one sister?
No, we have a big family. I
Okay,
am
tell me
the
about it.
oldest of. All right, I'm the oldest of six kids. There's
Wow.
six of us.
Okay.
So I'm up here with my oldest sister, the second in line, and then after, well, there's four more. There's a sister that is 16 after her, and then a brother who I believe is 15. And the funny thing about our family is that there's a big 8 year gap, and there's two more.
Really?
Um, it's kind of crazy. We call it the second family, but um, the oldest of those two, he is 6 right now. He's about to turn 7 in November, and the youngest, she is 5. So
So
there's a
little.
big,
Uh-huh.
I know. So
Oh,
we
that's
have like
nice.
a big 14-year gap between me and her.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Were you
it's a
excited?
lot of fun.
Like when you found out that you were going to have more brothers
We
and
were
sisters?
so excited. We loved it.
Nice.
It was
Yeah.
kind of fun because it was just fun. I wouldn't say I raised them. By no means I raised them. Um, but it was fun to be there at an age that I can remember. Because when the fourth child, who for a long time was the youngest, I was like 5 and 6 when he was born. I don't remember that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when she was born, he was born the youngest too. I could remember it. I still remember it. Good memories. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
That is nice. That is nice. Um, Now, with something else that I would like to do right now is
Mhm.
to keep testing your Spanish. Is that okay?
Por supuesto.
Do you accept the challenge?
Sí.
All
No
right.
sé lo que va a pasar, pero
Don't be
acepto.
scared. It's nothing too strange. I'm going to share this presentation. All right.
Mhm.
Um, it's based on some common phrases in Spanish, and you will have to try to guess what these phrases are by looking at a picture. For example,
Bueno.
if I show you this, what do you think the girl on top is saying? Like that one.
Querría que está diciendo que me encanta pasta con tuco.
Bueno,
Algo así.
me
Oh, los fideos.
encanta.
Bueno.
No, no, it's
Oh,
okay.
y no es pasta. No es pasta.
Pasta es bastante
Ya,
general, ¿no? Las
claro.
pastas, los
Y no lo
ravioles,
usamos tanto
fideos.
en Argentina.
Cuando decimos me gustan las pastas, pero generalizando, ¿no? Como el rubro, pero aquí pues, con
Mm,
fideos está bien. What are they saying? ¿Qué te parece?
mucho gusto. Sencillo.
Perfecto, perfecto, perfecto. Es como un juego de adivinar esto. ¿Qué estaba pensando yo cuando vi estas imágenes? Pero no importa. A ver.
La primera cosa, qué asco, capaz.
Ok,
A mí, a mí me gustan las manzanas, pero parece a ella no.
ok. Quizás ella está diciendo, like, I don't like apples, maybe?
Yeah, how
Or
gross. Qué asco.
how do you say I hate apples?
Odio a las manzanas.
Bien, muy bien,
O no
muy
me
bien.
gustan.
Ay, se me fue el otro, bueno, no importa. Pero,
Ah,
mira,
bueno.
acerca de esto me parece interesante porque nosotros
Ujú,
decimos no sé nadar o no sé manejar, no sé hablar en tal idioma. Y generalmente en
claro.
inglés no dicen como I don't know how to swim. Quizás lo que dicen es como I can't swim, I can't drive, I can't
Claro.
sing, ¿no? Y
Ujú,
cuando en español diríamos yo no sé cantar o no sé bailar, no sé nadar, como en este caso, ¿no? Y por eso
ujú.
decidí incluirla para mostrar esa diferencia. Porque generalmente cuando uno piensa en decir yo no sé hacer algo, decimos I don't know swim, una cosa así, ¿no? Y queda un poco extraño, ¿verdad?
Y no tiene sentido, claro. Ajá.
Más bien dirían, ¿cómo dirías? No sé nadar.
No sé nadar. No sé
Va-
hablar tampoco.
pero en inglés, ¿qué dirías?
Oh, in inglés, we'd say, I can't swim.
I can't
I
swim.
can't. No
Yeah.
puedo.
Claro, I can't. Did you just say that you can't swim for real? Or what? What did you say?
No, no, no,
Ah,
I can't. It's a joke. No, no sé hablar a veces. Me
no sé
confundo.
hablar. Ok, a ver, ¿y estos qué estarán diciendo? Like introducing a family. We are,
Ujú.
or we have. How do you
No
say we're
sé.
married?
Ah, estamos casados.
Ajá.
Somos casados.
No, estaba bien la primera vez.
¿Estamos?
Sí,
Ah,
sí, sí, estamos casados. Y we have two kids, a boy and a
tenemos
girl.
dos chicos.
Muy bien, ¿qué me
Un
dos
nene
hijos? Tenemos dos hijos,
oh,
tenemos
dos
dos
hijos.
nenes. Sí.
Nenes, claro.
How do you
Dos
say it?
pibes.
Dos, dos pibes. Muy bien, un nene y una
Qué muy bueno.
nena, ¿no? Algo así.
Mm,
Un nene y una nena
estamos
puede ser.
casados. Pensé
Claro.
que se ría. Somos casados.
Bu-
Interesante.
bu- A ver, si vos decís, I'm married, like I'm a married person, como soy casado, like describing the state, describiendo el estado en el que estás, ¿sí? Como el estado
Ujú,
civil, como the marital status, como soy casado,
ajá.
este, pero si no en este caso es estamos casados. Es interesante que en inglés es la misma palabra, ¿no? We are married,
Uh,
somos, estamos, pero
es un quilombo.
muy bien, muy bien. ¿Qué le está diciendo esa chica a la señora? Están en como un colectivo o quizás un tren.
Sí, bueno, está ofreciendo su... No es silla,
Ajá, a ver,
su
¿qué es?
silla,
No, no es su silla.
ah,
In
en
the same
lugar
way that
el, el
you wouldn't
banco,
say, no, tampoco diríamos banco.
¿no?
No. It's like not a chair, but a seat, right?
Claro, sí, 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 pero no me acuerdo la palabra ahora.
Asiento.
Asiento,
Sí, le
por
está
supuesto.
ofreciendo su
Ah,
asiento.
claro, está ofreciendo su
Claro.
asiento.
¿Y
Esto
cómo
es lo
diría
que
por no?
pasa con 2 meses casi sin hablar.
Ah, porque hace 2 meses, ¿no? Que volviste
Ajá.
de
Sí,
Argentina.
sí. Y la verdad, hablo bastante. Por
Ujú.
suerte, mi mi compañero de cuarto, no, de hecho, dos de mis compañeros de cuarto hablan español también.
Sí,
Um, pero no tiene nada que ver con estar en Argentina, estar con la gente,
no es
no
lo
lo
mismo.
mismo.
No es lo mismo, ¿no? Claramente. Sí. How would you say,
Qué
please,
triste.
please have a seat, please sit down?
Um, por favor, siéntese.
Ok, sí. Por favor, siéntese, por favor. Y también
Ujú,
está la opción tome asiento, que es más parecido
ujú.
a quizás have a seat, ¿verdad? A ver qué más.
La cosa que llegó a mi mente, mira,
Bueno,
y
mira eso.
mira,
No
sí,
está tan mal.
bueno, ajá, fíjate en
Y
esto,
usamos mucho lo del fíjate, ¿no? Fíjate,
claro, fíjate vos,
claro.
ojo, siempre, siempre lo dicen.
Y él parece más como lo
Y
contrario, como
no me lo contés, no me digas,
no me fui
por
tan a
favor,
la
no.
jerga o al lunfardo.
Oh,
Más simple. Like, don't
más
look,
sencillo.
or don't look at me.
No
¿Cómo
me
dices?
mires.
No me ves, claro, claro.
Ujú.
Está muy bien. A ver, otro. Fácil, creo. Que
Llámame, por favor,
llámeme.
ahora.
Claro. Bueno, y en español tenemos esta otra cuestión. En inglés es call me. Listo, no hay mucha más vuelta.
Ujú.
Pero en español tenemos que cuidar si estamos usando usted, llámeme. Si
Sí,
es vos, llámame. O incluso si es tú, llámame. Ahí tenemos tres formas
era
de
complicado.
decir call me, ¿no? Para no decir que inglés es el complicado. Mira ahí, call me, hay tres versiones en español según cómo trates al otro, ¿no? De usted, de
Ujú.
vos o de tú. Y supongo que ella
Sí,
está diciendo como, I'm tired, si recuerdo bien.
tengo sueño.
Ah, bien, bien. Porque I'm tired como traduce más literalmente como estoy cansado, pero nosotros decimos tengo sueño, ¿ah? Pero igual,
Tengo
yo puse
sueño.
estoy
Ujú.
cansado. Muy bien. Pero es verdad, si es esto, o sea que quiero ir a dormir, lo que decimos es tengo mucho sueño, tengo sueño. ¿Ah? Muy bien. Bueno, ¿te
Es una
acordás?
cosa interesante. Hay tantas maneras para decir la misma cosa en español.
Sí.
Es increíble.
Bueno, pero muchas veces los alumnos de inglés tienen la impresión de que es al revés, de que en inglés hay un montón de opciones y, ¿no? Yo creo que pasa en los dos
Probablemente.
idiomas, que uno tiene esta impresión, porque aprendemos una cosa, pero también está esta y esta, ¿no? Pero pasa en los dos lados, ¿verdad? Y hay diferentes tipos de complicaciones entre un idioma y otro. Yo creo que el sistema de lectura y pronunciación del español es bastante simple
Ujú. Muy
comparado a lo
sencillo.
que pasa, ¿no? Con la pronunciación de inglés,
Ay, sí,
¿no?
un desastre. Ujú.
Por ejemplo, palabras que se escriben con EA en inglés,
Ujú.
¿no? Por ejemplo, oso es
Bear.
bear, ¿no?
Ujú.
Pero Jeans no suena no es gens, es jeans, ¿verdad?
Claro, distinto.
Y hasta en algunos casos como Steak es steak. Entonces,
También diferente.
también.
Sí. Y también pasa al revés. En inglés hay, bueno, pasa con muchas cosas, pero hay tres palabras que suenan igual. There, and there, pero son
Para que solo
distintos.
se me ocurren dos. There, like over there. There, like
Claro.
it's their fault.
Ajá.
¿Cuál es
Y
la
también
otra?
hay they are, short is
Ah,
there.
claro, la contracción de they
Ujú.
are, claro, es verdad. Y suenan
Pero
iguales.
igual, se escriben diferente, claro,
Sí,
pero
sí,
en una oración necesita contexto.
tal cual, tal cual. Me pasa con otras palabras que, bueno, por ejemplo, so, no es el mejor ejemplo quizás, pero es la primera que me vino a la mente. So, like, this is so difficult, but I
Ujú.
know how to sew,
Claro, ujú, también.
coser.
Sí, sí, sí.
Se pronuncia igual, pero la escritura es diferente,
Sí.
¿no?
También hay so como plantar, que se escribe igual como coser, pero
¿Se
otro
escribe igual
verbo.
que coser? ¿Sí? No,
Creo
no,
que
no estoy
sí.
seguro, no me acuerdo.
Creo que es SOW para coser y plantar.
No, SEW para coser. Para coser es SEW, coser. No estoy seguro
Oh,
plantar.
es cierto, es cierto. Plantar SOW, coser SEW. Me
¿Pero se pronuncian
equivoqué.
igual?
Sí. Ujú.
Mm. Es una locura. Pero es
Sí,
divertido y
es
bueno, tenemos que
divertido.
desafiar la memoria y recordar esas cosas y nos vamos manejando. De a poco lo vamos incorporando y los usamos y si nos sale mal,
Y
bueno,
siempre aprendiendo. Ujú.
siempre aprendiendo. Y no se termina, y yo creo que esa es la parte que más me gusta de la cuestión del idioma, que no hay un punto donde decís, bueno, ya está, listo, ya sé todo, ahora voy a dedicarme a otra cosa. No hay manera
Mm,
de llegar a un final
no,
con el idioma. Y eso es fantástico a la
no,
vez,
jamás.
porque puede ser tan entretenido aprender. Entonces eso significa que uno puede estar toda la vida disfrutando del aprender algo nuevo. A mí me
Ujú.
sorprende cuando son situaciones donde lo que aprendo o lo que escucho a veces de casualidad me encuentro con una frase que yo supongo en el momento que tendría que haberla sabido, ¿no? Y no
Y,
entiendo cómo
y
no la
no,
sabía, por
claro,
qué no
me
la
pasó
sabía,
conmigo. Ajá.
¿no?
Estamos casados y somos casados.
Bueno, sí.
Me equivoqué, pero así es.
Sí, ¿sabes qué palabra aprendí hace poco y la aprendí de mi hijo? Bullseye.
Ujú. Ah, sí, 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 sí. Ajá.
Can you explain what that is? Because I knew the word bullseye because it's the name of one of the characters in Toy Story, the horse, bullseye,
Ah, ajá. Sí,
right?
sí, sí.
And in
Pero no sabía lo
Spanish,
que era.
okay, exactly. For me, it was just the name of the horse, and because
Ujú.
I understand the words bulls and I is like ojo de toro. For
Claro.
me, that's all it meant, ojo de toro. I didn't
Ajá.
understand why, pero bueno, eso sería ¿cómo se llama en inglés para mí? Y sí sabía que en español ese personaje se llama Tiro al Blanco, Tiro al Blanco,
Tiro al blanco.
¿sí? Tiro al Blanco. Yo
Claro, sí,
estaba
sí, sí.
comentando eso y fue mi hijo el que me escuchó y me dijo, ¿estás hablando en serio? Y él ahí me explica, a ver, si quieres puedes explicarlo vos. ¿A qué le llaman bullseye?
En español,
No, no
el,
importa en
bueno,
español, pero ¿qué es?
bueno. So it's usually either a wooden or like a foam box thing, which is really just the target when we're shooting bows and arrows. And the center, where it's like the best, where you're aiming, is called the bullseye because it looks like the
Exactly.
eye of a bull, apparently.
Exactly. Well, it was funny because when he heard me, he overheard the conversation of me saying like, I don't know why the horse is called like Ojo de Toro. He was like, "Are you serious? Are you for real?"
You kidding,
And he
Dad?
said,
Really?
"What do you think the round thing that you had to know where you aim when you're throwing darts or arrows or whatever? What do you think that thing is called? Like?" And I was like, the target, obviously, like, yes, that is the target, but anything that you want to hit is the target. But now that thing, no, the center, the round thing, is called the
Mhm.
bullseye. And he couldn't believe that I never noticed that when they hit that, they scream, they yell like bullseye, I never noticed. I'm gonna be paying more attention, no? Next time I see someone doing that.
You see an old
But
Western. Yep.
I was like, how can it be, that I've been, like training and really paying attention to language because I'm always interested in learning. How come I never noticed that? What happened? Like I don't know, but I didn't feel so bad. I enjoy the moment and the chance of learning something new, you know, and it felt good. to learn something new and to learn it from one of my kids that made it even more special, you know. But it
Yep.
was
It's like a
funny.
payday.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. It was funny because he couldn't believe that I didn't know. Like, are you serious? I was like,
Disgusted.
oh, come
Oh,
on.
dad.
What a disappointment.
Yep.
But well,
It's fun.
it is fun. It is fun. Yes. And I have to say about you, about your Spanish, you got to a pretty nice level of Spanish. Your Spanish is really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's quite clear, you know. I like paying attention to that, like, or having that as one of the main goals, you know, not having like a perfect grammar, maybe, but yes, to have the chance or have the ability and the skill to communicate as clear as possible, you know, to be able to communicate your ideas in a way that the other person is going to understand you. And that has to be the goal, whether it's in Spanish or it's in English, right?
Yep.
So, would you like to say or give maybe some kind of advice, quizás dar un consejo, incluso si quieres darlo en español, si te animas, o no importa, como te salga.
No, no, está bien. Um, Como dije en el principio, para estar con la gente, para aprenderlo sí o sí, estar en esta situación, no hay nada mejor.
No hay nada mejor.
Y sí, va a costar, por supuesto, pero ¿cómo vamos a aprender algo tan importante y tan difícil? No hay otra manera. Um, y también tiene que amar a la cultura. Si siempre piensa que, no sé, soy tal cosa, pero estoy aprendiendo tal cosa. Pero si no nos acostumbramos, si no nos cambiamos a
Ujú,
hacer tal cosa,
ujú,
¿qué va a pasar? Vamos a ser un americano, o bueno, un estadounidense tratando de ser argentino o al revés. Tiene que
exacto.
ser argentino para ser argentino. Um,
Entiendo.
entonces, como hay que,
Es muy cierto.
hay que hacer todo,
Como
pero
involucrarse, ¿no? Del todo. O
involucrar,
sea,
esa es la palabra. Ujú. Hay
involucrarse
que,
con el idioma y lo que lo rodea.
sí, en inglés diríamos como tenemos que saltar y we have to jump in.
Jump in.
Yep,
Exactamente.
just do it.
I like the idea. Yes. Like practicing in real situations, you know, or bringing the practice as close as possible to a real situation is one of the best things that you can do. Yeah. And I think it's inevitable. And this we have mentioned in other interviews with other Americans. It's quite inevitable to combine what you're learning with learning also the culture of the place where that language is spoken, you know. And it's nice too, you know, it's because you will be learning both things at the same time. And I think that that's why you get to understand people better. You know what they say is like when you learn a language, like you comprehend the world, you see the world in a different way. And I think it could be related to that because you have more skills to stand in someone else's shoes, maybe, or understand not only what they are saying, but why they are saying what they're saying, you know?
Yep. You can
So,
kind of sympathize with that experience, with
mhm,
that. I wouldn't call it a trial. I wouldn't call it a problem, but with that experience, yeah.
uh-huh. I also want to say before we finish that it seems to me like the way you speak English is also very clear, you know, and I enjoy that. Like when someone speaks very clear, and I think you have that too in your own language.
Thank
You
you.
know, the way you speak is pretty clear, and
I
I
am told that
appreciate
I speak softly though. I speak really quiet and people can't hear me sometimes.
it.
It's good that I
Really,
speak clearly.
I can hear you
Just
quite well. You said that you're living in Utah, but you're originally from?
de Utah. Oh, de hecho, yo nací en esta ciudad,
Ah,
pero
¿y
mis padres
después?
me criaron otro lado del estado,
¿Pero
pero
dentro de
en un
Utah
lugar
o...?
dentro de Utah.
Ah, ah, ok,
Ahora
ok.
estoy en el norte
Sí.
y vivía casi toda mi vida ahí en como el medio centro de Utah.
Ujú.
So,
exacto. Bien. Así que mayor parte de tu vida la pasaste ahí, en
mhm,
Utah, que está como en el centro de Estados Unidos, un poco hacia el oeste,
mhm, claro, al oeste
más
un
al lado
poquito.
oeste de Estados Unidos. Sí. Bueno, thank you so very much. I mean,
No, thank you.
I don't know if you have watched any of the previous interviews that I uploaded. I don't know. I don't remember if I shared that with you. You just got home. Basically, this is the first time. This is the
Yes.
first time that we actually talk like this after you went back home. So
Hmm.
maybe then you can watch some of the other interviews to see. And I'm going to be editing this, but it's going to take a few days probably. But when it's
Hmm.
ready and uploaded, I'm going to let you know, and it's going to be there on the channel. All right.
Awesome.
So it's
I
been
love it.
great talking to you. You look amazing. You look happy, and I like
Thank
to see
you.
that. I'm glad that you're doing so well at
Yeah.
university. And well,
Hmm.
we can keep in touch. And if you are interested in keep learning and improving your Spanish, I'm here. You can count on me. All right.
For sure. I'd love that actually. At least talk with someone else in Spanish a little bit because
Maybe
I
you
do
can.
want to keep it up, and I'm already starting to lose it.
No, you're not gonna lose
Estoy
it.
flojando.
And especially if you're trying to keep the Argentinian accent, like
That I'm doing. Here, I hate it. The people notoriously hate the Argentine accent.
they do.
I'll start speaking. Yeah, I have
They
a
hate
friend.
us.
I know. I mean, I don't know why. I have a friend who lived in Honduras, and my roommate, he lived in El Salvador. So, like, very distinct from Argentina.
Uh-huh.
Um, and they just can't stop saying, like, bro, your accent, it's weird. And you say things like che. De hecho, creo que fue la semana pasada. Mi compañero de cuarto me preguntó, cuando te estoy escuchando, siempre te dices che. ¿Quién es che? Pero cuando, como pensaba, ¿quién es che?
¿Cómo? Claro.
¿Quién se llama che?
Es
Pero
como, es
tuve que
como dude.
explicar.
Es como cuando dicen dude,
Exactly.
más o menos.
Pero tuve que explicar porque no sabía. But
Bueno,
yeah,
paciencia.
they just don't like it. But I'm determined to keep it. I'm to keep the
That's
accent.
good. That is good. That's good. Well, thank you so very much for accepting to do this,
No, no,
to have
thank you
this
for inviting
interview.
me.
It's an honor for me, and I hope you enjoy the final result after I finish editing. Okay, but we'll be
I'm
in
sure I'll
touch.
love it.
We'll be in touch, and we'll talk some more. Okay,
Yep,
anytime you want. All right.
perfect. Awesome. Maybe I'll pop in on the next Saturday lesson.
All right.
Cuando
Good.
salga de
Okay. Well,
eso.
that would be nice. They would be really surprised. That would be great. That
That'll
would
be
be
good.
great. Okay. Well, take care of
Perfect.
yourself, and I'll see you soon. Okay.
Perfecto. Un abrazo.
Igualmente, otro para vos. Nos vemos. Chao, chao.
Ciao.